Thousands of legends from around the world say the same thing. Monsters live in the depths of the ocean. From ancient Japanese myths to modern online forums, the fear of sea creatures never fades. Today, you'll discover 5 of the most mysterious and terrifying among them. In the depths of the Pacific Ocean, where storms strike without warning and the sea turns ink black, Japanese sailors have whispered a name for centuries: Umibozu. His appearance means doom, and no one knows why he only rises when the waters are perfectly still, just before the waves begin to surge. Umibozu is a giant sea creature from Japanese folklore. Descriptions say he resembles a smooth, black monk's head emerging from the ocean, towering dozens of feet high. Sometimes massive arms appear, gray as ash, with fingers the length of a ship's mast. Estimates vary, but some tales claim he loomed over entire ships, up to 100 feet tall. The name Umibozu combines umi, sea, and bozu, Buddhist monk. According to legend, he is linked to the spirits of drowned monks whose lives ended unjustly. Stories say he strikes down ships with a single blow and drags the crew into the deep. What's intriguing is that dozens of similar reports come from islands across Japan. In 1834, a Japanese trading ship vanished after its captain reportedly said, "The sea is too quiet." Locals believed it fell victim to Umibozu. Even into the 20th century, fishermen still speak of a black head rising from the ocean surface. Some researchers speculate that real creatures could explain the myth, perhaps rare deep-sea squids or unidentified cetaceans. But no scientific observation has ever confirmed Umibozu's existence. So if you're ever out at sea and notice the storm suddenly stops, don't celebrate too quickly. It might not be calm. It might be the first sign that Umibozu is near. Off the coast of the Bahamas lies a natural wonder, the blue holes. These vertical underwater caves drop hundreds of feet into the ocean, and deep within them, legend says, lives one of the most mysterious sea monsters in the world, the Lusca. It strikes without warning, then vanishes as quickly as it appeared. Lusca is described as a hybrid between an octopus and a shark. It has the tentacles of a giant squid and a torso resembling a shark's body with a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. According to local tales, Lusca can grow up to 67 feet long. That's the length of a school bus. But in water, such a creature can approach unseen. The name Lusca has no confirmed origin. Some believe it stems from local Caribbean dialects. Stories about it have been passed down for generations on the islands of Andros and Eleuthera. Fishermen spoke of boats yanked underwater by a single massive tentacle. Many believe Lusca is behind dozens of unexplained disappearances in the blue hole regions. Scientifically, Lusca might be an exaggerated account of real deep-sea creatures like the giant squid or colossal octopus. The largest known species, the Architeuthis, can reach lengths of 43 feet. But the Lusca, based on descriptions, seems even larger. What's fascinating is that blue holes are less explored than the surface of the moon. Some descend more than 650 feet and contain sealed-off ecosystems. That makes it possible for large, unknown life forms to remain hidden. Lusca remains suspended between legend and science. But in the Bahamas, the fear is very real. And if you ever dive into a blue hole, remember, not all depths are silent. In 1997, the United States National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration recorded one of the loudest underwater sounds ever detected in the southern Pacific Ocean. It was heard over 3,000 miles away and named the Bloop. But behind the signal lies more than just acoustic mystery. The internet turned it into a symbol of oceanic unknowns. The creature at the heart of this legend is imagined as a 250-foot giant, far larger than any known animal, including the blue whale. Some theories suggest Bloop is intelligent, deliberately avoiding humans and perceiving its environment in ways no other marine life can. One belief is that Bloop can mute the ocean, silencing all nearby sounds. Another theory claims it communicates through infrasound, a frequency below human hearing, but one that can induce unease or fear. The sound originated from one of the most remote regions on Earth, between Easter Island and Antarctica, at depths of around 13,000 feet. The area remains largely unexplored. Later, some researchers suggested an ice quake may have caused it, though even they admitted the sound's structure was unusually organic. The legend quickly spread online. Its coordinates nearly matched the location of R'lyeh from Lovecraft's stories, sparking theories that Bloop was Cthulhu awakening. Since then, it's become a cult figure in digital mythology, a symbol of the deep's silent terror. In 2002 and 2005, scientists conducted follow-up missions to the same region, hoping to capture the sound again. But nothing similar was recorded. Even stranger, several hydrophones failed during the process. This led to theories that Bloop either disrupts electronics or uses something that prevents detection. Since 1997, no similar sound has ever been recorded again. To some, it was a strange anomaly. To others, it remains the only acoustic trace of something still lurking in the dark. In ancient times, people often explained natural phenomena through mythical creatures. If a solar eclipse was blamed on a giant raven, then the disappearance of the moon was the work of something far more colossal. Its name was Bakunawa. According to legend, this sea monster once rose from the ocean's depths and tried to swallow the moon. Whenever a lunar eclipse occurred, people believed Bakunawa had returned. The creature was described as a giant sea serpent, so enormous its length was compared to entire islands, like Negros or Cebu. Its mouth, according to stories, resembled a lake and was wide enough to swallow a celestial body whole. Bakunawa's skin was dark and smooth. Some depictions show it with fins, wings, or even glowing patches, much like deep-sea creatures. Interestingly, the moon-eating myth wasn't just meant to explain rare celestial events, it also warned of disasters. People believed that each time Bakunawa rose, it disrupted the balance of the ocean. In response, entire villages would rush to the shores, banging drums, striking metal, and lighting fires to scare the creature away and bring the moon back. Over time, Bakunawa became more than just a symbol of eclipses. She embodied the fear of what lies hidden in the water, beyond human control. Some tales claimed that her rise caused a momentary shift in ocean temperature, and coastal animals would act strangely. People began associating her appearance with droughts, floods, and vanishing fish. Even today, local fishermen sometimes recall old stories where the sea suddenly fell silent before a storm, and took it as a sign that Bakunawa had awakened. From a scientific perspective, this myth is a classic example of how humans used storytelling to understand nature's cycles. Yet Bakunawa remains a lasting symbol of the sea's vast and unknowable power. It still appears in games, books, and animation, a reminder of how little we truly understand about the ocean and the stars. We now turn to the final creature, considered by many to be the most terrifying sea monster of all, Gran Maja. It's described as a massive predator up to 2,215 feet long, nearly twice the size of Bloop, and dozens of times longer than a blue whale. Its body resembles a serpent or deep-sea eel, but far more powerful. Its eyes are small, pale, and dull, as if adapted to absolute darkness. The earliest documented account dates back to 1563, when a Spanish sailor named Diego Alejandro described a beast with a mouth the size of a lifeboat and a body that disappeared into the fog, so long he couldn't see the end of it. He claimed the creature's eyes glowed in the dark, watching silently from the depths. The original records were mostly lost to fire, but surviving fragments inspired centuries of chilling tales. Descriptions of Gran Maja portray it as a hybrid between a sea serpent and a prehistoric predator, with a massive jaw full of long teeth and rough skin. Its 6 eyes are said to be arranged in 2 horizontal rows across its forehead, possibly an adaptation to the pitch-black pressure zones of the ocean. It makes no sound, gliding silently through the dark like a moving shadow. Since the 2010s, Gran Maja has been widely discussed across English-speaking corners of the internet, first on cryptozoology forums, then on YouTube and wiki-based fan communities. On the fandom platform, it even has its own dedicated page, complete with fictional descriptions, pseudo-historical records, and illustrations. Thanks to these online spaces, Gran Maja has become part of digital folklore, alongside other imaginary giants of the deep. Even knowing Gran Maja is a creation of internet myth, its image still sends a chill down the spine. Not because it's real, but because of what it represents: the scale, silence, and unknowability of the ocean. That's the power of stories like this. They remind us how little we truly understand about what lurks below.